Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, October 17th, 2024. Today I'm going to recap last night's NLCS Game 3. Look ahead to NLCS Game 4 and ALCS Game 3. WNBA Finals Game 3 was a classic. We'll go over that. NHL, soccer, college football, Thursday night football, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the baseball playoffs. Last night's game was a complete dud. Dodgers defeat the Mets 8-0 to take a 2-1 series lead. Michael Kopech gets the win. Luis Severino the loss. Top of the second, infield single. Will Smith, 1-0 Dodgers. Sacrifice fly. Tommy Edman, 2-0 Dodgers. Top of the sixth, home run. Enrique Hernandez makes it 4-0. Top of the eighth, a towering shot by Shohei Ohtani. A 3-run shot makes it 7-0. Max Muncy, top of the ninth, home run, 8-0. Dodgers just destroyed the Mets. Walker Buehler, 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Kopech, 1 inning, struck out 1. Ryan Brazier, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Blake Treinen, 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. And Ben Kasparis, 2 innings, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. On the flip side, Luis Severino, 4 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Then it was Reed Garrett, an inning and a third, 2 hits, 2 runs, and 2 strikeouts. And Tyler McGill, 3 innings, 5 hits, 1 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. All right, but the first game tonight is the ALCS Game 3, Yankees-Guardians, 5 o'clock on TBS. We have Clark Schmidt going for the Yankees and Matt Boyd going for the Guardians. The Yankees are favored here, minus 122. Guardians plus 104, over under 7.5. Overs plus 104, unders minus 128. Yankees minus 1.5 plus 140. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 170. I'm taking the Guardians plus 104. I'm surprised they're not favored. I think that they're desperate. They're home. The crowd's going to be behind them. They're down 2-0. And this is an absolute must for the Guardians. There's no other way to say it. And plus, Jazz Chisholm's doing all this trash talking. We'll get into that in news and notes. But you think karma's going to come back and bite them, right? I'm taking the Guardians at plus 104. And then tonight at 8 o'clock on Fox Sports 1, you have the Dodgers and the Mets. Yoshi Yamamoto and Jose Quintana. Dodgers minus 142, Mets plus 120, over under 7, overs minus 118, others minus 104. Dodgers minus 1.5 plus 126, Mets plus 1.5 is minus 150. I have to take the Mets at plus 120. They're desperate. They're down 2-1. They got to win tonight. Jose Quintana's been really good in the playoffs. Yamamoto's been okay. So I'm going to take the Mets here at plus 120. So I'm going to say both home underdogs win outright tonight. All right, the WNBA Finals. Game 3. It was a classic. One to remember. Liberty over the Lynx. 80-77 to take a 2-1 series. The Lynx got the cover for me, but not the win, and that's okay. Liberty are up 2-1. Brown Stewart, 30 points, 11 boards. Nafisa Collier at 22-9 in defeat. But the biggest shot of the game was a 3-pointer from long range from Sabrina Ionescu. As Ryan Ruocco said on the broadcast, the biggest shot in Liberty history. I mean, if they win the series, probably. But, I mean, one of these next 2 games, there could be a bigger shot in Liberty history. And plus, the Teresa Weatherspoon shot was pretty big, too, from half court. And that was also in the WNBA Finals. So, I think that call by Ryan Ruocco was tremendous, but biggest shot in Liberty history, I think, is a little much. And I love Ryan Ruocco. I've met the man. He's very nice. But, I think it was a little strong that he said, biggest shot in Liberty history. All right, so Game 4 is Friday night. So we'll preview and pick that on tomorrow's podcast. Now we'll move on to NHL. We will recap the games from yesterday and look ahead to a big slate tonight. Penguins over the Sabres 6-5 in overtime on a game winner by Sidney Crosby, of course. Maple Leafs over the Kings 6-2. Bruins over the Avs 5-3. Ducks over Utah 5-4 in OT on a game winner by Leo Carlson. So, how about this? Every game went over, and I gave out the over in every game. Maybe I should have done a parlay with all the overs. All right, 7 o'clock tonight, you have the Kings at the Habs. Kings minus 130, Habs plus 180, over under 5.5, overs minus 140, unders plus 114. Kings minus 1.5 plus 195, Habs plus 1.5 is minus 240. That's a tough one. Both teams have 4 points. Montreal's home is a dog. I'm going to take Montreal plus 108. Devils Senators. Devils minus 126, Hens plus 105, over under 6.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Devils minus 1.5 plus 190, Sens plus 1.5 is minus 235. I'm going to go with the over at minus 105. Golden Knights Lightning. Lightning minus 128, Vegas plus 106, over under 6.5, overs plus 106, unders minus 130. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 240, Lightning minus 1.5 plus 195. I'm going to go with Vegas here at plus 106 to hand the Lightning their first loss. Canucks Panthers. It's a pick, a minus 110 each way, over under 5.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 105. Vancouver plus 1.5 is minus 285, Panthers minus 1.5 plus 230. Vancouver's due. I'm going to take them on the money line, minus 110. Stars Capitals. Stars minus 152, Caps plus 126, over under 5.5, overs minus 120, unders even money. Stars minus 1.5 plus 172, Caps plus 1.5 is minus 210. That's a hard one. I'm going to go with the Ottinger under 5.5 and even money. Sabres Blue Jackets. Sabres minus 128, Jackets plus 106, over under 6.5, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Sabres minus 1.5 plus 190, Jackets plus 1.5 is minus 235. I'm taking Columbus at plus 106 only because I don't think the Sabres should be favored on the road against anybody. 7:30, ESPN Plus and Hulu, Rangers Red Wings. Rangers minus 146, Red Wings plus 122, over under 6.5, overs even money, unders minus 122. Rangers minus 1.5 plus 168, Red Wings plus 1.5 is minus 25. I like the over at even money. Islanders Blues at 8. Isles minus 132, Blues plus 110, over under 5.5, overs minus 130, unders plus 106. Isles minus 1.5 plus 188, Blues plus 1.5 is minus 225. I'm going to go with the Blues at home, plus 110. I like betting on or giving out home underdogs a lot in the beginning of the season. Oilers Predators. Great game. Oilers minus 115, Preds minus 104, over under 6.5, overs minus 6, unders minus 114. Oilers minus 1.5 plus 210, Preds plus 1.5 is minus 260. Predators are winless. They need a win. Minus 104, I'm taking them at home. 8:30, Sharks Blackhawks. Blackhawks minus 24, Sharks plus 152, over under 5.5, overs minus 134, unders plus 110. Sharks plus 1.5 is minus 64, Blackhawks minus 5 is plus 136. I'm going to do an alt total. Over 6.5 plus 124. And then 10 o'clock, Flyers Kraken. Kraken minus 40, Flyers plus 116, over under 5.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 245. Kraken minus 1.5 plus 184. I'm going to do the same thing here. Over 6.5 plus 126. Okay. Now we're going to move on to soccer. Not a lot of soccer. All we have is Women's UEFA Champions League. Results from yesterday. Bayern over Juventus 2-0. Man City over St. Pölten 3-2. Barcelona over Hammer BIF 9-0. And Arsenal over Valerenga 4-1. All right, today, 12:45, you have Galatasaray and Roma. Let's see if we even have some of these. Yes. Roma minus 700, Galatasaray 11-1, the draw 6-1. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals, minus 110. Real Madrid Celtic. Real Madrid minus 4,000. Celtics 55-1. The draw 16-1. Over 4.5 goals plus 112. 3 o'clock, FC 20 Chelsea. Chelsea minus 700. 13-1. The draw 6-1. Over 3.5 goals plus 110. And last but not least, Wolfsburg Lyon. Lyon minus 115. Wolfsburg plus 220. Draw 3-1. I'm going to go with Lyon at minus 115. They've been red hot. I got to lay them minus 115. All right, now move on to college football. We will recap yesterday's games and look ahead to a couple games being played tonight. Western Kentucky over Sam Houston, 31-14. UTEP over FIU, 30-21. Okay. We have 2 tonight. We have at 7 o'clock on ESPN2, Georgia State, Marshall. So we have a little Sun Belt. My line's Marshall, 5.5, total 53 and 13/20. And it's 8.5 and 51.5. I'm going to take Georgia State getting the points. These 2 teams I think are a little even, so I think that's a high number. So I'm going to take Georgia State getting the points. And then 7:30 ESPN. Virginia Tech, Boston College from Vatech. Little ACC game on a Thursday night. My line's Virginia Tech by 10, total 48 and 4/5, and it is 7.5 and 48.5. I'm going to lay 7.5 for Virginia Tech. I think they're better than Boston College. They're home. And our Sandman's going to be rocking, so I'm going to lay 7.5 with Virginia Tech against Boston College. All right, Thursday night football tonight. On Amazon Prime at 8:15, Broncos Saints. My line's Broncos by 3, total 43.5. A lot of injuries on New Orleans' side. And it's 2.5 and 36.5. I like the over. Spencer Rattler showed a little something in that game. I understand he doesn't have Olave or Shaheed, but who he does have is Alvin Kamara. And plus, I think the Broncos are capable of moving the ball. And plus, I think there's a defensive touchdown potentially in play for Denver. So I'm going to go over 36.5 here at minus 115. All right, now move on to the news and notes. Quick show today because we didn't have a lot. And that's fine. So, big news coming down right now in the NBA. Isaiah Hartenstein has a hand injury as he will be reevaluated in 5 to 6 weeks after fracturing left hand in the preseason game. Brutal injury for the Thunder. One of their big acquisitions in the offseason to help them become a title contender. Getting that big deal from that big contract after the nice year at the Knicks. We have big loss for OKC. They looked at him as one of the missing pieces. And hopefully he'll be back. He probably won't be back till after Thanksgiving. All right. Jazz Chisholm had a bold quote, as I alluded to earlier. Feeling pretty confident with a 2-0 ALCS lead. World Series champions. No other doubt in my mind. Those are his words after taking a 2-0 lead in ALCS. I would have kept my freaking mouth shut, Jazz Chisholm. He's been doing nothing but trash talking these entire playoffs. Isn't karma going to come back and bite him and the Yankees in the ass either this round and say they get by the Guardians potentially against the Dodgers or the Mets? Like, he just shut his freaking mouth. And I might take it this further. That trade's looking worse and worse by the day because of his actions. I mean, what has he done? Excuse me, what has he done other than a couple big home runs in Philadelphia? Nothing. Played nice defense at third. Better than DJ LeMahieu. Better than whoever else played third base this year. But yet again, it's looking like yet another Brian Cashman trade deadline blunder. And that's because of his actions, less because of his performance. And not that his performance has been out of this world. He had, like I said, he had a couple big home runs in Philadelphia to help them sweep the Phillies earlier in the year. And he's playing decent at third base. I mean, they're getting away with it right now because of their path here. I mean, granted, the Guardians have self-combusted in these first 2 games in Yankee Stadium, and the Royals just proved that they weren't ready yet. So, I just think Jazz Chisholm's a cocky ass. Just cocky and trash-talking and has no business running his mouth. And we've seen that go so poorly in New York over the years. So, I think he needs to get advice from Aaron Judge and even Boone and Cashman for this point. But yeah, not happy, and I think that that trade might end up not being a good one if they lose. So the Titans cut Jamal Adams after signing a 1-year deal last summer. We'll see where he lands. 3 teams are eyeing Mike Williams, Chargers, Steelers, and the Saints. The Chargers reunion would be interesting. He had good chemistry with Herbert. And he missed practice yesterday due to a personal reason. He's definitely getting traded. And then Devontae Adams wants a long-term deal with the Jets after the trade. Jared McCain taken to the hospital as he took a hard fall in a preseason game. But Nick Nurse said he was okay, which is good. Giannis made an interesting quote on his future. He says he thinks he could be traded if the Bucks still win a title. I think there is a chance he's traded in the summer. He was almost traded last year, but he signed an extension. They traded for Damian Lillard. So that's one to watch. I feel like if there's a next biggest name traded, it's either him or maybe Joel Embiid. Or Kawhi. That's another one I'm looking at. Or Anthony Davis. So we talked about Chris Olave and Raheem Shaheed not playing tonight against Denver. Nick Chubb said the Browns had his back as he detailed his road to recovery and Cleveland's loyalty during his knee rehab. Saquon Barkley says he has nothing to prove facing the Giants. I think he's going to go off and have a big game. I mean, of course he is. And he's going to score 3 touchdowns and the Giants are going to get booed at home. That feels like something that could very well happen. And the Giants are going to have big egg on their face. I mean, the Eagles probably have egg on their face in spite of Saquon Barkley. Like, he's not why they have egg on their face. It's because of Sirianni and Jalen Hurts' poor play. So either way, someone's going to have egg on their face, whether it is Saquon or the Giants. But if Saquon has egg on his face, it might not be his fault. It might be the fault of his quarterback, head coach, and defense. The White Sox may be for sale as Jerry Reinsdorf has been active discussions about selling the franchise. Wow. I think this is something to watch. I mean, I think that the White Sox fans would be very interested in something like this because they're trying to sell the team in their games at the end of the season. Lonzo Ball surprised by his rehab as he says recovery from knee surgeries went a lot faster than he thought. The Kings signed Doug McDermott to a 1-year deal. The NCAA changes the 12-man rule as the loophole closed after Oregon's controversial move against Ohio State. And then some news involving the Boston Red Sox. Masataka Yoshida had surgery on his shoulder. So we'll see if he'll be back for spring training or not. I would assume he would be. So there you have it for news and notes. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. There's a couple that jumped out to me. I am going to do 300ths of a unit. And I'm going to go to soccer. I really like Lyon against Wolfsburg. Probably minus 115. They've been red hot. And I think that's a safer bet than the over in the Saints-Broncos game. So I'm going to go with Lyon at minus 115 in Women's Champions League against Wolfsburg on the road. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow with the big show, recapping everything, look ahead to everything coming up over the weekend, including the Fab Five. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.